Welcome back. This is the 9th lesson of this Autodesk AutoCAD Plan 3D course. And today, in this video, we're going to go through an introduction of the Plan 3D modeling and the Plan 3D drawings, okay? So, to begin, first of all, we cannot open a new PNID drawing. We have to open a new Plan 3D drawing, okay? To do that, we have to go to the Project Manager and click on Plan 3D Drawings, and then click here to create a new drawing. We already have one because we did that when we were learning the introductory lesson of the AutoCAD Plan 3D. So let's open that. I believe there's nothing. Okay, so we are here, right? This is our Plan 3D space. As you can see, well, there are 3 axes that represent our three-dimension space. So first of all, we have to change our workspace, okay? So we're going up here and click. Look, it says PNID ISA, which was the workspace we were working on in the previous lesson and the previous exercise. So I have 2 different workspace of 3D basics and 3D modeling. We're going through both of them right now to learn more about them. And also, I have to come here in the tool palette and see it has changed. Now it says AutoCAD Plan 3D piping components, right? Okay, I want it to be hidden. Okay, there it is. And in case you need something else, you can change your workspace from here as well in this engine. Okay, so, well, here we have box. We already practiced with box and creating boxes. We can extrude, revolve, loft, sweep, press, pull, union, subtract, intersect. We have gone through some of these commands. We have also line, polygon, etc. This is the 3D basics, okay? It's very akin to the basic AutoCAD 3D. So we're not spending so much time here. We're going to the actual part where we're going to design and 3D model, which is logically 3D modeling. Okay, so I change the workspace to 3D modeling, and it will change the ribbon in the top. Okay. Also, all of the commands we have just seen in the 3D basics can be used in this 3D modeling using their commands. Okay. So, well, we have here modeling, we have the same box, same extrude, we have here the polysolid. Remember, we already saw that command. It's kind of a wall-like object. Okay, we have here the press pull, and well, and all that things. We have also solid, surface, mesh, visualize, parametrics, insert, annotate, view, manage, output, add-ins, collaborate, etc. But look, there is another workspace, which is 3D piping. And actually, 3D piping is the one where we are going to work and to spend most of the time when drawing a 3D model, okay? So now it opened both project setup and the tool palette. Let's hide them. And now here I have a project manager and a data manager. Look at the data manager. If I look for the Plan 3D, no, project data, project reports. Okay, if I go through the project reports, I will find the the report that I already draw in the PNID. Okay, all the equipment you can see here: the compressor, chiller, preheater, pumps, distillation tower, etc. All the equipment we already draw, the valve list, specialty items, nozzle, line summaries, etc. So all the information of the project is still here, and it's still available for me to guide and to, for example, if I want to make the 3D model of what I just draw in the PNID, I can assign the information of or the data of each pipeline to the pipelines I'm going to draw or to model in the 3D space. Okay, So one of the main things here is routing pipes. So I'm going to click here, route pipe. I'm going to click anywhere I want. I'm going to specify, well, the angle, and specify the second point, and so on. So I'm going to now make zoom, because, well, I'm going to erase it actually, because it was a too long pipe for the scale we were working on. So I'm going to zoom in. Now I'm here. Try again. Yeah, now it's kind of better, right? Okay, so I have this pipe. Look at the thing. If I click root pipe, here it says specify start point or size, specification, stub in, elevation, or routing offset. Okay, so I can, for example, specify the size. In this case, it's 1 inch. If I want them to be 3/4, for example, well, it's not found, so let's say 0.75. Okay, now I can draw a pipe. Let's see. Well, of half an inch. But I can't, because look, it says can't find a part in the current spec, because the specification that is by default that was set up in this drawing is this one of 1 inch. Okay, so all my pipes will be of 1 inch or others that are specified in the specification table that I have done in the beginning. So we have seen how to pipe something, but now let's see. I want to assign to this piping the information of a pipe already existing. So I'm coming here in unassign, going to click show all line numbers, and let's say I want it to be the pipe line number 1. Well, actually it doesn't work like that. Let's erase this thing. It works like that. I select the number. I want it to be 3/4. Let's try if it allows me to draw something 3/4. And remember, our specification was SS300. Okay, so I'm going to route a pipe with this information: the line number 1 with 3/4 inch of nominal diameter and stainless steel 300. Okay, and there it is. Look, it's a different color, right? It's purple. Why is it purple? Let's see its properties. Double click. You see color magenta. It's by default. Okay, it's in the layer number 1, but it doesn't have color by layer, which could be that gray, but it is magenta. I can change that, but that must be if I draw something unassigned. Well, now it's magenta again. Well, some change have been made automatically. So now I can watch here the information. Yes, I can see that all the properties of this pipe. It has, well, its size, its specification, its line number tag, its tag, which I can create actually. Well, it's already created in the PNID. I have all the long description. I can add the manufacturer, the weight unit. It do have a weight because it knows what material is it made from, what distance does it have, etc., because they are in the information. Well, tracing type, unit. Here, it knows that its service is general process because it's linked to the line number 1 in the PNID. So I can change all these things here, okay? The material code, etc., and on and on. Okay, so we have seen how to draw a pipe and how to link that pipe to PNID information. Okay, let's see what other things I can do. Well, I can turn a line to a pipe. Let's say I don't want to draw a line, a pipe directly because it's kind of complicated sometimes. So I'm going to draw a line. Let's say, well, let's put it this restriction. Let's say I'm going to draw this line, okay? And now I want to turn this line into a pipe. So I click here, line to pipe, and there it is. A pipe that will follow the route I gave to a previous line. What else do I have here? Well, I have elevation, slope, pipe supports. Let's say, remember that to move as I'm going to do, you have to press Shift, the scroll button of your mouse, and move. And that was kind of a, hey, what? Look, there is something. Well, look at this. I have one part here and the other one right here. They were very far away from them, so I'm going to work with this one. Okay, remember I was saying, if I press Shift and the scroll button in the mouse, I can move like this, okay? That's what I'm going to do, because now I want to continue drawing. I'm going to select this part, I'm going to click on the plus sign, it says continue routing, pipe routing, and I'm going, look here, I'm fixed in this plane. Okay, I can just move in this plane. But if I press Control and right click, I'm going to change the plane. Now I am able to move in this other plane. If I Control and right click, it's going to change again the plane. Sorry, okay. So I'm going to move to draw something like upwards, then right down and right here, and that's it. Okay, and why do I do that? Because I want to show you how to use pipe supports. Let's create a pipe support or add a pipe support. Here I can select what pipe support I want. So in this case, I need something that helps me, well, both to hang something from the roof, which I don't have a roof, so I can't hang it from nowhere, or something that, let's say, for example, this one, base spring support, or let's say this one, clamp tension, this one, vert clamp tension. So I have many supports here. Also this one, let's use this one, that can help me. So to place them, I have to activate the snap, press first in the pipe where I want to place it. Let's say here, it's already placed. I press escape. And now what I have to do is take this down. Let's see. In this arrow, I'm going to take this down to the level of the ground. Well, I don't have a specified ground yet, but I have to. Okay, so let's say there is the ground, and there is this pipe support that's like hanging. Well, it actually isn't. You can move it a little bit upwards. Let's turn off this. And let's, well, actually I didn't choose the better pipe support, and that's why it doesn't look well. So let's create another one that may work better. Let's say this one, okay? So I select it. There it is. I press escape. Look, in this case, it has this metal part which that surrounds the pipe, okay? It's much better pipe support on this one. So I'm going to delete one. And remember, well, it cannot be hanging like that, so I'm going to put it right down, okay? So now I'm adding this part that is supporting this pipe right here, okay? This is pipe support. Equipment, we're going to go through that in a forthcoming lesson. We also have visibility. Well, layers, I don't remember if we worked with layers in PNID, but we can also work with them here. So look, for example, the fastener is in the in the fastener layer, and I can turn it off. Well, it's not in the fastener. Let's click it. Let's say in what layer it is. It's in the supports. Okay, so if I turn off supports, it disappears. It's not. I have not deleted it. I just turned off the layer. If I turn it on, it will appear as well. If I turn off let's say I'm going to move. So now support is my current layer. I'm going to turn off 0 layer. The pipe disappear or is hidden because the layer is turned off. Okay, I'm going to turn on all the layers, and I'm going to select the 0 as the current layer. This will allow us to change colors, to, well, turn on and off layers, to do some visibility things that we may need, and all that things. Okay, so let's add to this what I have had to draw in the first place, which is the soil, right? The floor of this thing. So we're going to create a box, a right box. I'm going to press here, first corner, and here, second corner. There it is the floor. And as it is the floor, it's not going to be a box. It will actually have a very small height, let's say this height. And well, now I would like to move it down so it doesn't intersect, yeah, the piping. So now here I'm okay. Here this piping is like below, so I can move it, right? I can put it there, for example, and I can move also this, like through clicking just here in this arrow, it allows me to change the elevation. Okay, sometimes it's tricky, and this will take a lot of time for all of us to get accustomed to get used to using this 3D workspace, because the visibility is not always the same as the coordinates we're working at. So now we have the floor. Also, let's try how high is a polysolid here. Well, I can add like this kind of fence, okay? I'm drawing kind of, I don't know, a close garden. This is polysolid, remember, which is like this wall-like. Oh, let's go again. I pressed escape, and with escape it doesn't work. You have to click enter after drawing it, okay? Okay, now let's say close, and there it close, okay? Okay, what other thing we can see in this introduction? Well, let's talk about this drop, okay? This drop appears when something, any part, is not connected to anything, okay? When it's like open. If I add something here, let's say an equipment, and I think it's connected, but I see this drop, it means even though it could be visually connected, it's not like appropriately connected. So there is no information, there is no data that links the pipe to the equipment it's I'm looking at connected to. So you have to be very careful, and it depends for what you're drawing. If you're drawing like for a very specific application or BIM application or something like that, you would like to have all the data properly. So you will have to struggle sometimes to connect properly the pipes to equipment or other pipes or whatever. But if you just want, like, have a 3D model which you're going to create a video of, or you're going to show it to our client, or in a team meeting or something like that, you can leave it with this drop, and the drop is not going to appear in any render or any product, and that's all. If it looks connected, it will help, it will work, because you just want a visual product. But if you want a comprehensive digital product, you will have to connect it properly. And we will see that further, how can I struggle, and how do we struggle connecting them. So here we have structures. We'll have a specific lesson for structures. We have analysis, which can help me to analyze the center of gravity, the output. Okay, we have modeling also, which allows us, well, to model things, as we already saw. We have visualize, where we are going to change views. For example, if I want to see this from the top, okay, well, it's very small right here. I'm watching it from the top, right? If I want to watch it from the left, okay, Where am I? There it is. I'm watching it from the left, etc. I can change the coordinates. Okay. I can change the UCS icon, which is about illumination, and let's see what it is. Let's see, I want this to be northeast view. Okay, I'm changing too much things and it may be counterproductive. So let's go home. I have, where do I have the axis? Okay, well, apparently I draw this like in a very small way and very uncomfortable view. Back, okay. Top, right. Left. Okay, this is like playing with a cubic Rubik cube, right? Because, well, I want basically. Okay, here it is. Northeast is symmetric. No. Northwest is symmetric. No. Southwest. Well, as you can see, you can have very hard times in modifying things here. So I'm just kind of move here. I don't know where my axis is. Okay. Okay. Well, an advice: please do not kind of play so much with this. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to close this drawing and I'm going to save it. I'm going to not open it again because I changed the views in such a way that it was very uncomfortable to work with. So here is what we must like try to keep our XYZ axis and like having this grid as a floor and not as a wall, as I already have like some way. Well, we have here different visual styles. And I can, well, we have seen that we can change the view here in visualize or here in with all these buttons. Okay, I usually prefer custom view. With this thing, well, you can restore viewports or something, but at this time we haven't created any viewport. So let's talk about realistic. But before that, let's add something. I'm going to create an equipment, a basic equipment. After we're going to see that better. I want something that already exists. Oh, this is strainer. Yeah, let's create this strainer. It's a very small one. Let's create it this way. Okay. Look, here are the drops I just talked to you about just minutes ago. Let's connect something. To connect, I have just to select the equipment. Click here in the plus sign. And go. Look here, the drop has disappeared. Now there is like a red signal. The red signal means it's properly connected. Okay, I'm going to connect all these parts just for show you something. I wanna see this. Okay, here. Okay, well, I have all these parts. Look, even though there are different colors, it's properly connected because it's actually not a nozzle, but it's like the extension of a pipe. But it's connected because if it weren't, it would show a drop, and there's no drop. Okay, so speaking about this strainer and this equipment and this piping, I'm going to change here the view, or more precisely, the visual style. Okay, now it's realistic, but I can see it in a 2D wireframe, for example, and look how it looks like. It shows me just like the borders, like in a 2D drawing. Okay, I can put it conceptual, which is going to show me like that, like the concept of the drawing. I can put it hidden, and this is how it looks, realistic. We already saw that. Shaded, and now it gives kind of shades with the lighting that it's already set here. And I'm going to talk about lighting in a you know the video. I have shaded with edges that just adds to the shaded view edges to better identify them. Shades of gray, and that's all. Sketchy, we kind of make it look like someone draw it with a pencil. Okay. Wireframe, and look, let's see if there is such a difference between 2D wireframe and wireframe. There is no such a big difference. And well, X-ray, that will allow me to see through what I'm drawing. Okay, so I usually work in shaded with edges. For me, it's the most comfortable, but you are free to choose. Then I have lights, shadows. For example, if I said I want ground shadows, well, the shadow to exist have to be reflected in some surface, right? So let's create the floor here. Okay, the floor, it's going to be moved downwards. No, sorry. Okay. Let's see. There, it's perfect. Okay. So I'm going to have full shadows, let's say. And well, I need light. So I can have light from the sun. You can say environment on. Well, with, yeah, sharp highlights. And I can specify here where I want, how do I want the sun to be. Or I can also change it here. Okay, and here, there it is. In this case, I have the sun this way, and there is the shadow, which sometimes can help me. I usually only set up shadows when I have finished to model, because sometimes it can like create distractions if I'm drawing and modeling a very complex unit, a very complex plant. That shadows can be like visual noise for me. Okay. Well, you can also turn on the sky. At this time, it's not allowed. You can create lights, a spotlight, etc. I can have, well, this is for renders, and we're going to see that when we are talking about renders. We can also have annotations. You can create text. Yeah, let's say here. Okay, I'm going to write here, I don't know, strainer number 1. Okay, I click anywhere else, and there it is. In this case, it's very small. So I'm going to click it, scale, the same command we used to scale in the 2D environment. Going to work here. Apparently it's not working, the scale, or it's something weird. So let's say specify scale factor in 10. Well, let's do it again. Scale base point, remember, and specify the scale factor in 100. Okay, well, now it's huge. So that's how you are kind of going to iterate until you have it. Okay, it's important that you can, specify all these things. Let's do it again, scale. There it is. Okay, so now let's see, I want it this size. I want it to be black also, so I'm going to double click it. No, sorry. I'm going to click it, right click, properties, color. I don't want it to be by layer, I want it to be black. So as I don't have black here, I have to select color, select black here, okay, and now it's black. Now I can move it and place it wherever I want. So now it's below my floor. I want it to be right up here. I'm not in the right angle. So I'm showing this to you because this is kind of a struggle in 3D workspace. to have things placed where you want them and know where it looks like they are. In this, if you watch it from here, it looks like the letters are on the floor. But if I move like this, I can see that the letters are actually floating. And I don't want them floating, I want them on the floor. So I'm going to put them right there. Now they are like painted on the floor, okay? Well, we have the same commands we saw in the 2D dimensions. I can add tables. Tables are not so common in 3D models, but if you need them, there they are. You have also outputs because you can generate PDFs of this rather than renders, for example, if you want to. Well, and all these other things. Now, let's see what do we have here in the tool palette. We have, for example, these parts or these accessories, 2 pipes. So let's use this blind flange. I'm going to use this blind flange. I'm going to put it here. Okay, in this alignment. Okay. Look, it's not connected, okay? It's like floating there. So if I want it to be connected, I will have to, yeah, there it is. And there is a blind flange. Okay, I can see it's properly connected because of this red signal. And well, it's just a blind flange in this case. I can add something else. I can add, for example, this cross. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, and let's say in this angle. Okay, it's not connected. No, yes, it is. The drops are for the other 3 connections. Now let's add blind flanges to the other 3 connections because let's see, there's anything else that could be worthy. These are valves, so let's put flanges here. Okay. There they are. And there they are. Okay. Now let's put a valve here in this down part. And let's say, I don't know, a ball valve. Okay, let's put it here. Well, it's too big. I'm going to have to move the floor afterwards, but I'm doing that afterwards. Look, I can also orientate and say in what direction do I want it to be. Okay, so let's say here, escape. Okay, I'm going to move the floor. Right, move, select it and move it. Okay, let's say right here. I'm going also to extend the pipe. Okay, there it is. And well, you can see the valve. Let's see. We are going to use layers because actually it's not very clear that there is a valve, right? So I'm going to create a layer. Here are layers. I'm going to create layers. Right here. Create a new layer. It's going to be called valves. Okay, and its color is going to be, let's say, yellow. Okay, I'm going to select the valve, double click it, and put it color by layer and put it in the valves layer. Okay, I'm going to do so with the blind flanges I placed. I'm going to select them, right click, select similar here. It's going to select all the accessories here. I'm going to place them, double click, layer. I'm going to place them, let's say, in the valves layer. And they have to go one by one. And the color, where it says no selection, okay. The color, let's say, by layer, okay. And I can change that way all the parts I need to be changed. And you can see them better now. So I'm going to move also this strainer to be on the floor right there. Okay, And well, I believe that for the introduction, well, let's go through the other parts of this. I have dynamic pipe specs, which are all of these. Flanges, caps, crosses, elbows, outlets, pipes, blocks, reducers, tees, valves, okay? In pipe support specs, I have the supports, the same that I can create here. I have them available here, okay, all of them. And I have also instrumentation where I have flow meters, pressure gauge, temperature transmitters, and all these instruments that I may need. Okay, so well, this is the introduction to 3D modeling. We're going through structure modeling, pipe routing, and equipment modeling. Okay, with these 3 lessons, we're going to know how to develop 3D models in AutoCAD Plan 3D, and afterwards, we're just creating products based on our 3D modeling. Okay, so well, many thanks for being here. See you in the following video, and this is the 9th lesson of our AutoCAD Plan 3D course.